Good morning, MacArthur Middle School. Welcome to another day of great learning. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and Kids at Hope pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am a kid at Hope. I am talented, smart, and capable of success. I have dreams for the future, and I will climb to reach those goals and dreams every day. All children are capable of success, no exceptions. As an adult at MacArthur Middle School, I am committed to search for all the talents, skills, and intelligence that exist in all children and youth. I believe all children are capable of success, no exceptions.
Hi, I'm Lauren Gray Hawkins and welcome to Behind the Scenes, where we recognize the employees who work hard each and every day to support our students and families outside the classroom. In Anne Arundel County, just over 500 custodians are responsible for the maintenance of 13 million square feet of space, working tirelessly behind the scenes to make our schools safe, secure, and ready for students to learn.
A custodian's job is to make sure the school is clean enough for you to learn.
I mean, there's the basic role that a custodian plays, like cleaning the school building. But our custodians are the ones who open and close the building every day. They make sure that the building is safe. So when the alarm isn't working, they're the ones who will contact the alarm company or contact me as I'm in charge of security here. They will also make sure that all the doors are closed on the weekends. We have so many activities here that they're kind of our eyes and ears when we have weekend or evening activities. So it's cleaning the building, but it's also just making sure that things are safe, prepared for the next day.
You can find them in the cafeteria having conversations with students. We're actually using them as mentors now because sometimes they do have a better relationship than a teacher or a counselor or even their AP may have with them. We're seeing them in the hallways, helping them with their lockers, helping them with how to use the lock, just more invisible in the hallways and having those conversations with students.
This is Miss Will with News You Can Use. Are you a leader? Do you want to get involved with your school? If so, come and find out more about the Student Government Association, or the SGA, on November 2nd, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. via Google Meets. Please see your student advisor or Ms. Hurley in order to get the Google Meet link. Virtual homework help and tutoring program for secondary students is back. Many middle and high school courses are supported. All students grades 6 to 12 are encouraged to participate. Please visit aacps.org/tutoring for more information. Students, don't be late for class. You have 5 minutes to transition from class to class. If you are consistently late for class, you will receive disciplinary actions. So, be on time.
Yata, it's a great day to be Native. Today marks the beginning of Native American Heritage Month. While Thanksgiving tends to be the highlight of November and the holiday most closely associated with Native history, Thanksgiving is not the end-all be-all of Native American history. While we love turkey and football, we want to go beyond the festivities of the holiday, because this month is an opportunity for the indigenous people to share their perspectives at a national level. It serves as a platform to acknowledge and celebrate the contributions of Native Americans and their achievements. But before we get into all that, let's take a dive into the origins of Native American Heritage Month. This national recognition of our heritage actually began as a day that was advocated by several individuals and groups as far back as 1914 to 1915. For instance, Red Fox James from the Blackfoot Confederacy traveled from state to state across the country on horseback to gain support for a day designated for indigenous people. Dr. Arthur C. Parker from the Seneca Nation actually convinced the Boy Scouts to adopt a day dedicated to the first Americans. On behalf of the annual Congress of the American Indian Association, Reverend Sherman Coolidge from the Arapaho tribe issued a proclamation declaring it an American Indian Day in May. These examples go to show that this month actually stemmed from the efforts of Native Americans over a century ago.
Decades after the early 20th century, Congress passed a Senate Joint Resolution in 1986, sponsored by Senator Alan Cranston. It authorized and requested President Ronald Reagan to proclaim an American Indian Week, which he did. Aside from some generalizations about the contributions of Native Americans, the proclamation includes an important statement regarding U.S. tribal relations. We look to the future with the expectation of even stronger tribal governments and lessened federal control over tribal government affairs. We look to a future of development of economic independence and self-sufficiency, and an enhanced government-to-government relationship that will allow greater Indian control of Indian resources. Up until now, we've discussed an annual day and a week acknowledging Native American heritage. But where did the month come from? Well, in 1990, a huge win was secured thanks to Representative Thalia Mavenga, who sponsored a House Joint Resolution authorizing and requesting President George Bush Sr. to proclaim a National American Indian Heritage Month. The joint resolution sponsored by Thalia Mavenga has some great language saying, whereas the people and the government of the United States should be reminded that certain concepts such as freedom of speech, the separation of powers in government, and the balance of power within government, all of which were found in political systems of various American Indian nations, influenced the formulation of the government of the United States of America. And there's this quote, which is relevant to Wade and I on a personal level, that gives reasoning for this month, which encourages activities which provide positive benefits of enhanced self-esteem, pride, and self-awareness to young American Indians.
Ultimately, Native American Heritage Month means whatever we make it out to mean. It can become a time to discuss concrete policy changes for self-determination or funding aimed to revitalize tribal languages. We can develop a deeper understanding of the history of different tribes. While that's important, us natives should also spend time at home with friends and families, including our clan members, asking questions, listening to stories, and at the same time helping with the needs of the community. This is our month. This is our heritage. So let's make it worthwhile.
Yeah, have fun.
This has been the Eagle Call. Thanks for watching. And please remember to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others.
This. We are the Halusa Nation. We are the evolution, the continuation. We are the Halusa Nation. Our DNA is of earth and sky. Our DNA is of past and future.
The people, the people, the people, the people. The virus took on many shapes. The bear, the elk, the antelope, the elephant, the deer. The mineral, the iron, the copper, the coltan, the rubber. The coffee, the cotton, the sugar. The people, the people, the people, the people. The germ traveled faster than the bullet. They harvest the mountainside, protect the crops, herd the cattle. The people, the people, the people, the people, the people. The women and children were separated from the men. They are divided us according to the regional filters of their minds. The violence of arrogance crawls into the air, nestles into the geospatial cortex. We are not a conquered people. compound was on fire. Missionaries never hid their perspectives of land, would rather see us disappear. Recyclable prayers. The people. This is my body which is given for you. The people. This is my blood.
We are the Halusa Nation. We have been called the Indians. We have been called Native American. We have been called hostile. We have been called pagan. We have been called militant.
We are not a conquered people. By my elder brother. The compound was on fire. Awakened by my elder brother. The compound was on fire.
With you and living kings, I mean it, I mean.